Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Building with Buds 27?
27.
27, yes. Well, you got the two of us tonight, Mr. Talkative and Mr. Talkative 2.
That's right.
Some other buds are out and about here this week. Eric's still away on his little vacation there, which is fantastic.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he's having a good old time. And
warm time.
Warm time, yeah. And I'm super jealous of that because,
kidding.
We got a ton of snow here, and the rain and the snow, and the roads are absolutely horrific. So that's always good news.
Yeah, we're going to get it tonight and tomorrow. So,
yeah. So lots to talk about, lots to do. Who we got here? Cosmo's here.
Hello.
Copper's here. Destro. Brendan O. How you doing, buddy? Brendan finished his cat, I believe.
Nice.
She Trooper
here. We got Parkdale Playboy. We got She Trooper. PB&J, delicious as always.
Mike is here. PB&J. The usual suspects.
Brian J's here. Welcome again, buddy. James.
Yeah. So it's been an interesting week. I've been putzing a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I didn't really do too much building this week. Hey, Polar Bricks, how you doing?
Polar Bricks.
Brendan O, D11 time. Attaboy. I'm so jealous, man. I'm so jealous. Yeah, a lot is going on. Lots happening. Got notification today that some of the Canadian stores, I heard first. Tanner messaged me about 6 seconds after, and said that some of the stores have got Ahsoka in. So I'm like, oh, well, that's interesting. So I thought, and what I had heard is actually from Broodski there, Brick and Brood. Mm-hmm. He said he picked up all the battle packs and all the new stuff was kind of in and that sort of jazz. So, and then Tanner messaged me and said, Ahsoka's are in. I'm like, oh, okay. So I called the store because I was all excited to get the battle packs and all that sort of stuff. And our store didn't get any of them. Tanner's store did. You got
had the clones, lots of clones.
The clones, but no
Rebels, which is the one I wanted.
Yeah. Tanner didn't actually make it down there to get himself a brickhead, but fortunately I picked up two. So there we go, buddy. You got her. Got it. Good. There we go.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So we'll both build one of these tonight. That was just magical.
Oh man.
It was Tanner's idea. If you didn't like it, it was mine if you loved it. But yeah, I ended up getting this, and then I was talking to my buddy at the Lego store, and he's like, I said, because I think, Tanner, you said it's $100 buy-in for this stupid thing?
85 here, and I think you said 150 there.
Something like that, 130, 150, which is, this is not a $130, what is it, 193 pieces. So, Polar Bricks, appreciate it. Nice work. Thank you. So luckily I have a good buddy at the store, and he says, you better just take one because there's nothing I'm going to be spending that kind of money on here in the near future. So I ended up getting one, but it was, I don't know. And then Eric messaged us and said they had them at Target for $10. And Tanner has
I got 3 of them. So for me, the wonderful thing is I was sick this last weekend. It was in fact, after the stream, I was having the chills last week, and then I woke up and had a fever on Saturday. And so I didn't make it down to the store on Monday morning because I was sick and didn't want to expose anybody to it. So I made an online order. And so I get on at midnight, 11 o'clock here, go to get the Ice Festival, the new Chinese New Year set. And both of them, because I collect them all. The Ice Festival is available. The other one, the Tradition set, is not there, not online. Coming soon, it says. Actually, no, it's even worse than that. The webpage is completely taken down.
Mm-hmm.
And so we sat there, me and a couple others sat there and fought the website for 45 minutes. And finally they got it up and you could add it to your cart. And so I added another thing to be able to get a second promo. So I got 2 of these. Mike, I don't know if it's COVID. That's the other crazy thing is I couldn't get tested here anywhere. So I went, I called some of the drive-through places that do testing here. They were all booked up through the weekend. I called urgent care. They were all booked up, didn't have anybody available. I sent the wife into town to see if she could get an at-home test kit. They were sold out everywhere. So I'm like, screw it. I'll just stay home, weather the storm. And so I've been home all week. I've been working from home, but been home all week, just kind of riding it out. And actually, Monday, my fever was gone Monday morning, and it hasn't come back since. So I've been fine. But.
Well, that's good news because nobody wants you to have that. Hey, Grandpa T. Mike said, what did Mike say there? Mike said something about, where was it? I got to back up here. Kevin, would you like me to send you one? I think Target might have in stock. Are you talking about the Tigers? He gave me this one, so I'm good. I just, I think I have, the only other one I have, I think, is maybe the rat.
Yeah.
And I never opened it. I'll never open this. But I'm good, but I appreciate that, Mike. It's very generous of you. Thank you.
James, thank you. Appreciate you saying that. Hey, we didn't say hi. Jane Doe's here. Hello, Jane Doe. Wendy's here. Hello, Wendy. Nice to see you as well.
Wendy said she bought a new couch and some armchairs yesterday. So, I'll be on my way over. I'll check out the armchairs. You can see how how comfy those are.
Yep. Yeah. So tonight I went to the store. Yeah. Some people were saying, Doug's asking where we get the brickheads from.
Right at the Lego store. They're not online.
They finally started showing up in stores. So I called mine tonight and said, hey, you got one? And they started today during work. And they said, yeah. They said they'd hold it for me. And then we got ice and snow coming tonight. So I said, screw it. I drove and got this wonderful butthole tiger. That's what I'll probably build tonight. And then I got there's Speak of the Devil. Mr. Brood is there.
There's a Broodski. That's what triggered all of this good jazz. Yeah.
So I got this, and I finally got the Duel on Mandalore set that came out. And when did that even come out?
Oh, that was last year, wasn't it?
Yeah. Last year. I finally bought it because just to get another promo. And then I got to pick a brick cup and got some 8x8 tan plates for some Mills plates as well.
Yeah. And then those of you who haven't seen it, but I think most of you are on my Instagram there, check this bad boy out. So this was posted on one of my local Lego websites. It's on my Instagram page, but the guy's he's a German builder, and this whole set is built literally from just the TIE fighter set itself. So it makes a nice little TIE striker, which is different. I've got an abundance of these guys because I absolutely love them, and they were $50 sets. So anytime that there was nothing that was purchasable, I would pick up another one of these guys. So I've got a lot of them. So to build this guy up was pretty cool. I like it. It's pretty slick. So it'll go in the hangar once I build my hangar up with all the different TIE fighters and strikers and stuff. Might build a couple more of these guys, but it's pretty easy instructions on the guy's YouTube. He shows you how to build basically like this wing and the bottom wing down on the other side are the same. And then he shows you how to build those in really good, slow steps. Hey, Becca, how you doing? So he built, and then what he does for the third one is he speed builds through it, but you just got to kind of reverse engineer it in your head to build the other 2 wings because they actually go to the opposite side. So once you get through that, then it's pretty good.
Didn't say hi to Kendra. Kendra's here as well. Hello. Hey, nice to see you. And
DCL.
Becca, hopefully if you see a tiger at the zoo, hopefully you don't get a good look at his butthole too.
And if it's red, take a picture of it and put it up in the little chat there.
Okay. What did Wendy said? Just like Lego, all furniture is on back order. Only able to bring home the one chair. 6 weeks for the rest.
That's you know what? That's kind of nature of the beast right now. My buddy renovated his house. Started it 2 years ago, and he's just starting to get appliances from that renovation now.
Ugh, it's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And even the store was a little bit bare. So they had my store had sunflowers, which weren't in on January 1st and were supposed to be, had the Ahsoka brickheads, and had the clone trooper minifig packs.
Yeah.
Still didn't have the Rebels, still didn't have the French Bulldog brickheads, still didn't have the Lion Dance Guy brickhead. So all of those that were also supposed to be January 1st still stuck in a shipping container somewhere.
I want to say I didn't look too hard, but at that Lion Dance brickhead one, that might have been in the store, in my store. But I didn't have the sunflowers or any of the battle packs. I'm assuming that Brutski got them. It'd be my assumption that we're going to probably start seeing those hit the stores.
Yeah, for sure.
Next week, most likely.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I'm going to start by building the brickhead.
Yeah, I will too. We got a lot to talk about tonight. So again, thanks everybody for joining us. And Brick and Brood said he did see Lion Dance Guy today.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure I saw it there too. But I'm not a completionist with the brickheads. The brickheads I will pick up will literally be Star Wars stuff, the ones I think are cool, that, you know, like Wile E. Coyote and Roadrunner are going to be a must-have for me.
Yeah, me too.
So,
but I am
Brian here. The other Triple B. You see his Instagram?
Yeah, I did.
Brian messaged me and he goes, "Hey, name suggestions for my Instagram." Apparently, his wife didn't think that BJ's Bricks was appropriate. I thought it was perfect, but so I said, "Oh, you should do Brick Building Brian." I said that way we have a couple more Triple Bs.
Brennan asked if I know if Lego has any Jeeps on Amazon. Are you talking about like the Technic Jeep, the Wrangler Rubicon, or which one are you talking about, Brennan?
Yeah. Oh, the Rubicon, the little yellow guy. That's still one of my favorites. I love that thing. I got it sitting beside my Porsche over here.
I changed mine. Well, I did it on a stream, but I changed it into the old 810 Warthog.
That's right. Tyler says the Buzz
that guy
Bud Lightyear brickhead is hilarious. I love it.
I love it too. Yeah, it's gonna be a must for me.
Brendan said the yellow guy.
The yellow guy. Brendan, you're in Canada, right?
He's in the States, I thought.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, the Wile E. Coyote and the Roadrunner are a must for me. That's my childhood.
It looks like the Lego Jeep is, I'm seeing you can get it for $50 on Amazon.
He's in Wisconsin.
Yeah, you should be able to get it for $50 on Amazon.
Brendan, don't you have a Lego store there? I thought you did.
They might be out though.
That's true, yeah. Well, so okay, there's where we'll start. I'm angry. I know that's weird. Not normal. But Lego released the coins this week.
Yes. Yes, they did.
So original status of my coins is I have two. I have the space coin and I have the VIP coin. Oh yeah, his Lego store is 2.5 hours away. So
Brennan, you might check Walmart or Target. They might have.
That's where I've seen them the most, actually. Oh yeah, Mike, Marvin Martian would be a must-have for me. He's one of my favorite.
Yeah, I know Jane Doe was asking about Marvin the Martian as well. She would want that brickhead.
So Lego re-releases the coins, which will upset some people that had the coins before because diminishes their value, blah blah blah, all that sort of jazz. It kind of falls in the same category for me that it always does. It's no different. Like, I'm okay with them re-releasing stuff when, you know, your buddies are going to get it because they've been dying to get it, and they don't have it. So I'm totally good with it. So Lego comes out and says, we're going to release the coins. They do it. They release all the coins with the coin holder all at once. So I redeem I think it's about 6,500 points.
Yeah, it's like $90 for the points or something.
Yeah. So I redeem all these points. I'm all happy. Now, before when they were doing all this stuff, the coins were coming out, like a coin would come out and then you'd have to make your purchase and they'd send it with your purchase. So that's fine. So I redeem all the stuff with the coin holder. The only one I did not redeem was the VIP coin because I already had it. Then I go and I say, okay, well, I ordered. There was nothing on the website. Lego's website was decimated. Like, I went into Star Wars. I thought, well, I'll order some battle packs and I'll get the coins coming with the battle packs. Oh, cool. Well, that couldn't happen because they didn't have any battle packs in stock, like anything. So I thought, well, Tanner built that mobile crane. It looks okay. That's really the only thing that I can find. It's $50. I really don't want to spend $50 on it, but whatever. It's all I can find. I'll get the coins coming. So I put it in my cart. I enter the first promo code, and like all happy. I go to enter the second promo code, and it won't take it. You have to send each one of those coins with a separate order. It means you have to do 5 separate orders if you got 5 coins, or 6 separate orders if you got all 6 items to get each coin coming to you.
Just insanity.
Yeah. So I thought, okay, well, I'll be patient, which I'm not good at patient, but I'll be patient, and I will wait till what did Polar Bricks say here? Oh, Polar Bricks just want to say the first time I've been awake to get one of your streams live. Normally I catch up while working days after. Well, have a good evening, Polar Bricks. Maybe our next stream you'll be able to catch more of it because we're going to, I think, start next week earlier, but we'll talk about that later. Have a good night. So I ended up ordering, I went with, if you went on the Legos website, you could get the video blind box for $2.99. He was on sale for, and then it cost me, I think it was, heck was it $4 or something in shipping? So $10 for each coin to get it shipped to me, but I had to do separate orders for each and every one of them.
It's just insanity.
Yeah. So.
Hey, Cosmo Candy wants to know if you placed the boutique hotel yet.
In my city?
Yes.
Well, that's something else we're going to be talking about because I'm changing that up a little bit, I think.
Yes, you are.
So what did I do wrong here already? Oh, I see. I placed it, Cosmo. It is actually sitting right here beside HQ. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that? Yeah, you can see it in the camera. So just sitting here on this table because I have an idea of how the city's going to change and what we're going to do. Hey, Todd, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, Todd.
What is that, Mike? That is ridiculous, Kevin. There's no reason for that at all. That's how you treat customers. Yeah, for the coins. Yeah, it's kind of goofy.
Yeah, a lot of people said they had the same experience. PBJ said happened to him too. He placed 6 orders and complained to Lego. They gave him $25 in VIP points.
Yeah, that's so. That's kind of where it all started. Is I called and I complained about something else. Actually, it was I kind of called just to give him the gears about January 1st. Stating that all that stuff was going to be in the store and then not having that stuff in the store. So they gave me points for that. And then something else had happened that was kind of just crappy. And I called just to say, like, you know what, like, you guys got to do better. And my comment to the guy was, and like, I don't ever get mad or angry at them. I just said to him, I'm like,
Mad, I'm just disappointed.
I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed. I said, the saddest part of it all is that it's not that, like, now whenever something happens, the first thing that actually goes through my head is how, not are they going to screw this up, is how are they going to screw this up?
Yeah. That is sad.
You know, they always come good with it. Like I said to I've said it before. I'll say it a million times. I'll say it again. The reason their customer service department is so good is because they have to be. Because everything else that's happening is getting totally bunged up by the system or by how they operate or what have you. So it's just frustrating.
It is. Brick Princess is here. Hello, Marissa. Nice to see you. I missed a chat earlier from Oldendorf. Oh, he asked how the string tying is on the City Crane. You're just opening up wounds, Oldendorf. I think you know, because I think you were here last week when I did it, but it actually wasn't bad. The string on that one's a lot thicker than the strings of the past, and so it's not terrible. I only threw one McLaren.
And it went hard. Yeah. The strings of the past. Yeah, and also I sent Tanner a pair of shoes, so he doesn't. I've told him not to use his Velcro ones anymore, so he's going to really learn how to tie his own shoes now too. He's going to work.
I like how they did this piece in the front.
Center.
Yeah, her clothing here.
The piece with the orange in the middle.
Yeah, all bricks on the sides there.
Yeah.
That's what kills me about these brickheads. They're just
simple.
They're simple, but they're very creative. The build techniques that they have to put in them. And there's a guy, actually, Jane Doe got a chance to meet him last week. But there's a guy that does these in Australia that does custom ones, and he's probably several people do custom ones, but he probably does some of the best and the most. Named Stormy Thos, and he does some amazing ones too.
Yeah, there's some amazing builders there, like just creative people.
Brendan says, how many McLarens tonight? I actually don't have one built, so if I want to chuck one tonight, I'm gonna have to go open up a poly bag and build one.
Is that other one still sitting on the floor over there?
Yes.
Yeah, you said you weren't gonna touch it. You were angry.
Was not feeling it. Yeah. Well, and then I was sick all week, so
yeah, that's true. That is true.
Mike said tying the crane was thicker, just like tying fishing line. Yeah, it was much easier, and you didn't have to thread it through that crappy little spool like you did in old things. That's what pisses me off the most, is when you're trying to thread it through a spool. You just kind of tied it around a Technic piece.
See, and I honestly, like, all joking aside, I honestly don't get it because I've never had an issue with it. Like, it makes me giggle. I mean, there is stuff like you look at. I mean, we could go back to the old UCS gunship there, and problems in different areas. But holy hell! This thing goes together fast, man.
They do. That's what's great about it.
Great about the brickheads. So we got to also talk about something kind of funny. We'll talk about what I'm planning on doing with my stuff down here in a second. But I don't want to say that I enabled anything, because I don't feel that I did. But Jane Doe has gotten herself in a little bit of trouble with light kits.
A little bit in off the deep end for sure.
Like if you're going off the deep end, you'd probably have to walk about 20 feet past that to get where she's at. Jane Doe experimented with light kits this week, and turns out Mikey likes it.
Yeah, she full stop, like
full send.
Mike, I am all set on McLaren. Thank you, though. Don't need to send anymore. I think I've got 4 or 5 of them on the shelf still.
Yep. There's a shortage of them in Canada, actually, because all the ones that were here are gone.
No, there's not.
I don't own one.
Jane Doe said, if you're going in, you might as well go all in. That's right.
You did go all in. Yeah, you did not disappoint.
Oldendorf said he's got a hand problem with string and small rope, as it's hard for him unless he gets someone to help him. Yeah, it really wasn't that bad. It's a pretty thick piece of rope, and it was I don't know. The last time I tied a string on stream, I struggled with that thing. I don't even remember what set that was.
I don't know, but I don't want to say it was comedy, but it was funny.
It was not funny.
Not for you, nope.
It was not funny for me.
So you got nice printed tiles on here. So I thought these were going to be stickers.
No, brick heads are always tiles.
Yeah.
Printed, rather.
I didn't really look at, because I don't do too many. Like, I've got a few, but I don't do too many of them. But when I just looked at the box, I'm like, oh, those stickers will be fun. But these are cool.
And if you've never done a brick head, every single one of them, almost every single one of them, there's a couple that are different. There's they put a 2x2 pink piece right in the middle of the head, and that's the brain. Yeah, that's almost every one. The only exception and like the smaller ones, they do a little 1x1 pink brick for the brain, like the Baby Grogu and all those others. The one exception, Captain Armando Salazar from Pirates of the Caribbean, he came with a glow in the dark, or not a glow in the dark, rather, but a trans green brain, since he's a ghost.
Which makes total sense.
Mike says, what brand of lights? She got the Light My Bricks ones, which are the better kits.
So she was saying though, and she's learning, because there's each kit is different. So I've done Light My Bricks kits, and I've done Le Light Go and all that good jazz. Now each kit varies a little bit different, and you can get different things and different functions. I also showed her, and I showed her a while ago, like the Millennium Falcon kit. There's an Ultimate Millennium Falcon kit that has sound and all that good jazz. It all depends what you want to do or what you're trying to go for, because she wants to do some other lighting and stuff like that, which is going to be awesome. It's going to look fantastic. But she wants to, like, I have my ghosts lit up on my HQ over here, and you can buy separate lights that can help you light up all that jazz. It's like, oh, I'm missing something here.
So while you're finding your piece, let's see. DCL says, about all in, I got UCS and 20th anniversary Slave 1 this week. Great deals. DCL, you bought that, or you ordered one last week during the stream. Did it show up? Your UCS Slave 1? Because
yeah, that's right.
I knew you were going after that. And then Brennan says D11 has 10 stickers. 10. That's child's play.
The McLaren had that many.
Yeah. Yeah, it did, literally.
And it's quite a few less pieces.
And then Oldendorf said, what is highest on your wanted list of retired Lego sets? Kevin, I'll let you start.
Highest on my list of retired sets. That's tough. I would have to say it's not even the biggest one. Like there's a couple, but it would be the UCS Darth Vader's
TIE Advanced.
TIE Advanced would probably be it's the one I want the most out of all that stuff. There's a few different sets, but I think that would be the one, if I could pick, would probably be it.
Yeah. So I won an auction last week for I guess what would have been mine. I bought a lot of the top retired sets. I found some pretty decent deals on it last year, but I won an auction for a Green Grocer last week during the stream, and it should be delivered tomorrow.
Yeah.
So that was probably the top one. And like Kevin, there's not a whole lot on my list. For the UCS ones, maybe the ATST, the UCS ATST. I just can't spend $400 or $500 on that when it was like $80 retail when it came out. That's tough for me to stomach. And then the The TIE Advance is another one that I'd like, but I think they'll re-release that one eventually and make a better, bigger one.
Agreed. Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
Because some of the techniques they're coming out with now for a lot of this stuff are pretty schwanky, and they can make some pretty cool changes to these kits.
How about you, Oldendorf, or anybody in chat? What's your white whale? What's your top one that got away that you'd love to have?
And I've seen that one come available, but it's kind of Ted and I were discussing it before the stream, and it's getting more difficult for me to kind of get excited about spending copious amounts of cash on some of this stuff that just wasn't worth. Like, I mean, I was talking Destro, HQ Ghostbusters HQ is a big one.
Yeah,
that's
sure.
a lot of buddies. That's a lot of everybody's ones that they want, sort of thing. It's getting tougher to kind of even remotely want to spend that kind of money on stuff, especially with all the stuff they're coming out with. And
yeah, absolutely. But like for me, so last year, I mean, I had a big list of ones that got away, and I've been collecting out of my Dark Ages since 2010. So there wasn't a ton of sets that got away, but there was enough. I bought a Town Hall last year. I bought a Ghostbusters HQ. I bought Joker Manor. I got just an Imperial Shuttle that Kevin helped me track down. Tower of Orthanc, an old fishing store. All of those were on my ones that got away list that I was able to track down. And don't get me wrong, I spent a lot of money on them, but I found really good deals on most of those sets. Like,
I got to change mine now because you just said it.
Oh, let's hear it.
Well, it's a tie. So mine's a tie advance for sure.
Yeah.
But right in there with, actually, you just said Joker Manor.
Oh, man. That set, I was so excited to get that one too. I got it used, found it for a great deal. The guy had treated it perfectly, and it was awesome. What an awesome set.
Yeah, that's one. I mean, I'm a little bit of a Joker freak, right? So, but yeah, that is one that definitely got away on me. And again, it's kind of one of the things that if I come across it, sure. If I don't, whatevs. But I don't really want to spend what people are wanting for it. That's for sure.
Right. And if Eric were here, he'd probably be cringing too, because that was another one on his list. And it's funny because it went on sale on Black Friday 2019, and he went right past that one. And I think he bought the 89 Batmobile, which came out that day as well, which a lot of people did. And then it just never showed up in the stores again. Like, it was gone. And
Mike, fishing store, excellent choice.
Yeah, I love the fishing store so much. That was one I can't believe I didn't buy it when it was on the shelf.
The fishing store is actually probably, if you go into modulars, excluding HQ, because they don't actually class HQ in the modular category.
Yeah, it's not a modular.
But that is probably my number one.
Yeah.
I love that kit so much.
James said Old Forest Mint is at the top of his list. Let's see what else we got. Cam Guy said two that come to mind right away: HQ and Fire Brigade. Fire Brigade was the first modular I bought. Love that modular.
So Fire Brigade, I owned it and I don't have it anymore, and that is one that I'd really, really, really love to replace.
Mike says Mercedes Large Celebration set.
Mercedes Large Celebration. So is that the no, that's not the one. Because Jack, we were talking. I think Mike, was it you talking about that? The Mercedes, the pit kit, like the Speed Champs set. Someone was talking about that last week. Jack does have that one in stock,
and
I want it, but it's just not cheap.
Brian J said he got ton of modulars last year. So I've bought the only modulars I've had to buy after the fact. I got Grand Emporium, but I got it like before all the craze, so I got it really cheaply. I had to buy Town Hall, which was, I got it for just under $500 used last year. And then I got this greengrocer for $650, which it's used, absolute steal. Like one had just gone on auction that morning, same morning, for $870, and this one was in the same condition as that one, new, adult, used, no faded bricks. Like
You just fired out an offer and the guy jumped on it.
yeah, and it was the same thing. Yeah, we can talk about Eric now because Eric he posted it out there on TikTok and on Instagram. But Eric did the same thing for Ghostbusters HQ last week. He just fired off I'll say it, a lowball offer at the guy, and he won the offer. Like,
and his was even better to the fact that the guy bested the deal on the. Not only did he get the HQ, but he got
the
Ecto 1 with it.
Waller's too, so. Ecto, yeah.
Yeah.
Jane Doe, don't test me. DCL says he wants that Racer's Ferrari truck. Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah. I've seen that one a couple times at the secondhand store here. Oldendorf said Monster Fighter's haunted house for him because he just came out of his dark ages of Lego and saw it retiring soon at the time, but regret not getting it.
That was a Monster Fighter's house, he said?
Yeah.
Another great set. Yeah, that's one I got after the fact, but I got a good deal on it because it was missing a few pieces, parts, so I had to round stuff up to, or like find stuff to complete it.
Mike says another would be an Ewok Village. Yeah, I'm on the fence about the Ewok Village. So here's a crazy thing too. The Super Star Destroyer was always on the list for me. It was always on the list because at the time that it was on the shelves, I had nowhere to put it. I was in a house that was about half the size of this house, just didn't have room for it. Had the money, just didn't have the room for it. And so I passed it by, and it was always a man, I wish I would have. And then I saw it, and I saw it built in the secondhand shop that's here in town, and I was not impressed with it at all. It's one of those, especially after you've seen and built the new Imperial Star Destroyer, and that one's a good one. You can look at that ship from any angle, and it looks like a Star Wars ship. The Super Star Destroyer is so long that the only place you can display it is on a really high shelf, like on the top of a shelf. And when you look up at it, it's flat plates underneath. Like
plain green bottom, yeah.
Build the angle plates like the new Star Destroyer is. So it just looks like the flat bottom of a bunch of plates stacked on top of each other. It's just, I was not impressed with that set at all when I saw it.
Yeah. Brian says, I need 3 more: Town Hall, Fire Brigade, and Green Grocer. Yeah.
Those are some pricey ones, as obviously as you heard, Brian. But if you want them, just someday, keep your eye out for the deals.
Yeah, eventually you'll fall on it. The bigger thing with all that stuff is don't worry about pulling the trigger on the first one you see. They're going to be available. Like, people are going to get, they're going to take down their cities. They're going to, start getting rid of stuff or whatever. You're going to find it, but find it for the price you're comfortable paying for it. That's for sure.
And don't be afraid to buy used. I mean, if that's not your jam and you want to be the first to build a set, then go for it. But if you don't care either way, you can get much better deals used. And the moment you crack the box, it's like driving a car off the lot. The value of a new in-box set just goes like that as soon as you open that box.
So James said he's been eyeing up the Super Star Destroyer as well. I don't think I can swallow that bite. So yeah, and Death Star 2. So I own the Death Star 2. I sold it to somebody, and I don't actually miss it. I personally think that they're coming out with another unfinished Death Star, a better one.
Yeah.
I don't miss the other one at all, so I'm excited for whatever new is coming. And like Tanner said, that Super Star Destroyer, same thing. It's gorgeous, it's nice, but you know where it'd be great actually is a coffee table.
Yeah,
so that's the same thing with my Millennium Falcon. if you did that set in a coffee table, you could do some pretty cool things because you could do a lot of micro builds around it and that sort of jazz, right?
Absolutely.
But yeah, I totally agree with Tanner in the fact that if you have to put it on an upper shelf, you lost interest in looking at it because it's very plain on the bottom.
It's
so,
terrible.
Yeah.
It's terrible. Jane Doe says, like your mug, Kevin. I was wondering how long it was going to take for somebody to notice that.
What mug? What are you talking? Oh, this thing? I don't know if you can read it. Where is it?
She said she'd like to have a green grocer and a cafe corner, but they're not affordable here. Yeah, definitely. You guys don't get a lot of used sets there in Australia either. A lot of people are hanging on to their stuff. They're not reselling it there, from what I've heard.
Yeah.
James said best deal he's found is Lambo for $250. Guy did box 1/4, or he built a quarter of the box.
Worst was New in Box Fishing Store at 500.
I bought a new in box fishing store for 400 here. So you're in Canada, 500. It's actually pretty good because it's amazing.
Yeah.
Brian said he's in no rush. He bought the pet shop used. Don't care. Emporium was used as well. Yeah, absolutely. People, for the most part, people take care of their stuff, and even if you don't get a complete set, most of the time, my experience is if it's been missing a piece, it's one I've got in my spares that I can replace.
Yeah.
DCL said he saw the Ideas Globe and immediately thought they will release a Death Star like that soon. Perfect template. Yeah, that's a good point. I hadn't thought about that, but that is a very good point.
Who I don't know. Are you getting that globe? You like that globe?
I am. I love Ideas. I can't not get the Ideas stuff. I think that one's going to look great next to the ship in the bottle.
I saw it. I just don't know if I love it.
Really?
Yeah, ship in the bottle is one I need to get still. I haven't got one.
See, you better get that before it retires.
Is it still online?
It is. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I love the ship in the bottle. The globe, that's what I was hoping they would have done out of the world map, that color scheme. So I'm excited about it.
She Trooper says she's a She Trooper mug and a nice shirt. Yes, she was with me. The shirt was my $2 Walmart shirt.
I love it. Hey, so we didn't talk about that, but today, I don't know if you've even seen them yet, Kevin. They leaked a picture of the boxes for the Muppets CMFs that are coming in May.
I did not see that.
And they look great. I think they only had 8 of the Muppets on the cover, but all just like the Sesame Street, it's all the molded, sculpted heads. The animal looks awesome. All of them look great. The Swedish Chef looks amazing.
So I won't be able to figure out how to do it. Tanner might be able to do it. I don't know. But Aspen, sorry, Mike says, Kevin, thank you for the damaged box sale. Is a great idea. Yeah, that can save you a lot of money, get you some points and that sort of stuff, which is handy as heck. Aspen at that Brick Venture, she sent us a picture of one of the guys there built Animal.
Yes, he did.
And Animal is also, like, as well as I'm a Joker freak, I got Animals actually on a drum kit on my calf with the Dr. Teeth kick drum and all that good jazz. So I'm a huge Animal guy. Is it down here? Oh, it's upstairs. Yeah. I have the Animal Muppet thing from when I was a kid. Like, love Animal.
Me too. Patrick Sullivan, have a good night, buddy. Thanks for coming by.
We'll talk to you later, Patrick. Yeah, and that one was built by one of Brickman's team members. Yeah, that Animal was built by a Brickman team member, he's got a lot of team members. He's got a pretty big team, that fella.
So Mike said, are the 2 old men part of it? Yes. Waldorf and Statler are going to be in the CMF.
Yeah.
We'll be able to get them both. I think the whole lineup of the CMFs is good. There were 2 in there that I would have traded out for 2 others.
Which ones?
So they did the lady that's the blonde-haired lady that's like a groupie.
Yeah.
Janice something. I would have gotten rid of her. I'm sure they wanted to put another Lady Muppet minifigure in, which is fine. But I had to look it up because I didn't realize she even had a name. I would have swapped her out for Dr. Teeth because I love Dr.
Totally.
Teeth. And then Beaker's in there too, Mike. Rolf the dog. I was never a fan of Rolf the dog. They put him in. I would have liked either Rizzo the rat or what's the prawn or the shrimp guy.
Oh yeah, totally.
I would have liked
But
that guy.
keep in mind though, like this is series 1.
True. Very true.
So with the Muppets, like you're endless, really. Like, well,
Very
not
true.
endless, but you have a lot of. You could come out with a second series of that, and it would sell out. Even if they were absolute crap figures in the second series, they would sell out.
Absolutely.
All right, I'm done. Got some leftover parts though for some reason.
Oldendorf's got to head to bed. Good night, buddy. Thanks for stopping by.
Good night, Oldendorf. I don't know if I had to put something on the back of her head here. It doesn't look like it.
What's the lady's name? Is it Janet or Janice? I think it's Janet.
I think it was Janet. Let me know how many leftover parts you have.
Okay. I'm not even close to done yet. I'm chatting away.
I'll chat away. I don't want to go full Matthew in here.
DCL said Mr. T got his doctoral. Dr. Teeth. Teeth. Yeah. Not Dr. T. Dr. Teeth.
Yeah.
Pity the fool that doesn't get that one.
Yeah. So what else? We could talk about. So what I'm planning on doing here, I think, is I'm going to move this desk actually over into the corner over here where my city is, like where I have most of my city set up. And then once I get the cab, so IKEA has been out of cabinets for a long time. And I don't know if you've checked your pricing lately, Tanner, or not, but
I haven't.
The $55 Billy shelves are now $80 Billy shelves.
Ugh, you're kidding me.
And no stock for 6 weeks is what the website says. So not only can they don't have the product, but they are jacking the prices on all of it because it's something that's selling out all the time. So people are still buying the heck out of all their shelves to organize all their crap in their basements because COVID's still a thing. And they're jacking the prices up, and you can't get them, which is even worse.
That sucks. I'm glad we got Nathan's for him before that happened.
Yeah, for sure. So that's kind of what's going to happen is once I get the shelving that I have already, once I can get a hold of it, it's going to go kind of throughout the walls over on this corner. And then in the middle section of this area here that's in front of this desk, kind of towards the TV, is going to turn into my city and kind of a squared city. And the reason I want to do that was kind of one of the problems that we had with the road plates that Tanner forced me to build.
Forced.
Yeah.
Totally.
There's no other word for it. I mean, it's pretty cut and dry. So they with the city that I built, or with the subway station that I built for the Avengers Tower and the Daily Bugle, I put black roads in there, and I really like the way the roads turned out and all that stuff. But with the Mills plates we're doing, they're a dark gray road. So the Mills plates will actually fit on that road, except for I kind of want to leave that alone. So I'm thinking that I might just put those two at the end of the city. So it's like it's a different block in the city, and it's the upright, and then the train can still run around and run through the back side of it and through the subway station. And then I could have all my Mills plates going the other way for the other stuff. So that, I think, is going to be the plan. But time will tell. once I get that stuff moved over and get some tables and all that sort of stuff, then I can see how it's going to look and how everything's going to fit.
Yes, Mike, give me a minute here and I'll list off all 12 of them because I got to tick them off on my fingers. But yeah, Beaker is one of them.
12 of the
Muppets.
The Muppets.
So did you talk about the merger of Bricks and Pieces and Pick a Brick Online?
Not yet. So something Tanner and I started talking about before we got going here, because I have just ordered recently from Lego. I had to order tiles, and when I did that, I ordered from Lego because Lego, the tiles are cheaper than any of the resellers. They're 10 cents a tile through Lego. Crap. 10 cents a tile through Lego, or around here, they're 20 cents a tile, which is ridiculous. So I placed the order, and the thing that they're doing now, or what they're trying to do, is they were going to merger Bricks and Pieces and the pick and build stuff or whatever it is, so that they can have what they say is that they can have more equal pricing, because I guess on the two sites the prices are drastically different with some stuff. So they want to try to square up the pricing and get the shipping times turned around, because when I first got started and I was doing my first kind of my mock of my coffee table, I ordered, because you can't order 1,000 tiles, you can only order 9,999. So I ordered two, and you have to break it up. So I ordered two 9,999 orders of black 2x2 tile, and it took probably 2 months to get it here. By the time it went through the warehouse and shipping and all that good jazz, it took forever to get here. So they're trying to make it so that all of that stuff comes faster and gets to you quicker and better and all that sort of stuff. So here's to hoping. And well, I guess that being said, I made that order. I ordered some tiles here for Mills plates, and they're already en route. They were in the warehouse the next day.
I had 13 leftovers, by the way.
13? That's what I had. Mm-hmm. So I'm good then.
Yeah. So, I mean, right now, Pick a Brick Online is the same as Pick a Brick in the store relatively. They take their top 1,600 selling elements, and that's what goes on Pick a Brick Online right now. Top 1,600 element types. And then and you'll get basically some of that stuff in the stores typically with that as well. Bricks and Pieces is like, it's the same store that you go to buy replacement parts and everything else, and anything that they're selling that they have in production will be there. So you can go and get like reindeer and sheep there sometimes when they're in stock. You can get the old tan base plates. You can get replacement parts for sets there. Just, you can go and order a lot of stuff. Now, Pick a Brick Online or Pick and Build Online, you can order quantities up to 999.
Yeah.
Bricks and Pieces, you can only order quantities up to 200 for most elements. Now, Bricks and Pieces is typically, or for many parts, cheaper than you can buy off of Bricklink. But you don't know, because there's some elements like tiles, Kevin was saying, that are, the Bricklink price is like double what you can get off Pick a Brick or Bricks and Pieces. But there are other elements like, I don't know, let's say 4x4 plates, that if you buy them on Pick a Brick or Bricks and Pieces, Bricklink sellers are just selling them for half the price usually. So it's nice to be able to, if you order parts a lot, it's nice to be able to compare those. But right now, the Bricks and Pieces module on the site is a damn nightmare. It's terrible to navigate through. half the time you'll put stuff in your cart, and then if you walk away for a minute, it'll disappear. It's it's awful. So they're gonna bring the bricks and pieces elements all into the Pick-a-Brick module, which is great. It'll be much easier. They're going to conspicuously mark them so you know the difference between the two. And then, as Kevin said, the Pick-a-Brick elements, the top 1,600, they're going to stock in warehouses in North America now. So if you're in North America, you're going to be able to get Pick-a-Brick orders in 5 days, basically the same time it takes to get a regular Lego order. Whereas today they're shipping from Poland and it takes you 6 to 8 weeks to get them. Now, bricks and pieces are going to still ship from Billund, Denmark. And so it's still going to take time to get those. But the Pick-a-Brick, you're at least going to be able to get much sooner. And that's where Kevin and I get most of our tiles from.
Yeah. Because it's just the cheapest. Like, it's the best place to get them from. So, hey,
so it's a good looking brickhead. It's one of my favorites. So brickhead number 150 of brickheads, if you're paying any attention. This is the one that everybody got to vote on the theme for. So clearly people pick Star Wars. Can understand why there. If you listen to M&R, hopefully you don't because he's a whiny guy. But if you listen to M&R, he makes it seem like the vote was stacked to get Jar Jar. I am very glad they went with Ahsoka instead of Jar Jar because Jar Jar sucks. But yeah, Ahsoka is pretty cool. If you don't like the character, or if you've never watched Clone Wars, you probably don't know who the character is. She was Anakin Skywalker's Padawan in the Clone Wars series, and she also showed up in Rebels. And now she's, well, I won't spoil it, but she's starting to show up in other places as well. And she's going to get her own live action miniseries now, not just be an animated character. So
that'll be cool.
Yeah.
Saw something back there. Where was it?
Destra says he's with you on NR. So, and that's the thing. Like, even he knows that Jar Jar sucks. He's doing the stupid thing where, hey, I'm going to be ironic and vote for a character that everybody hates because it'll be funny thing, or try and get all my subscribers to vote for that character.
Well, he's trying to sway it because he's pissed off at Lego.
That too.
It's probably the best way to put it. Where was Mike said, that's awesome, Kevin. I'm just waiting for Wendy's approval so I can order it.
Aspen says she got about 1,200 black and dark blue studs from Pick-a-Brick Wall and Rick James, and they nearly finished off her art. Yep. And then when she looked them up online, the dark blue was 18 cents a stud. Yeah, absolutely. That's one thing. The studs are much higher if you order them online.
Yeah, especially if they're bloody tea or tan or whatever that color was.
Sand green.
Sand green, that's one. That one gives me. All right, we're going to touch on the next touchy subject. Guys say stop in the chat, but I want to talk about Boba Fett. Book of Boba Fett, because I am angry about it. I want to say the last episode was like a golf game.
The last episode was a little bit rough. It had some bright spots. If you haven't seen episode 3 yet, we won't spoil anything for you. And
all I'll say is Back to the Future.
Because She Trooper doesn't want you to talk about it. Yeah, just we won't spoil anything. It had some good moments, but both Kevin and I have talked about it. Just
I
felt like it was the lowest of the 3 episodes so far, and it was not spectacular.
Yeah, I damn near walked away from it. It was that close.
It ended well. We'll just say that. It had a good ending.
Yeah. That's why I said it's like a golf game. You know, you go out and you suck all day at your golf game, and then you get one good shot that brings you back next week. That's exactly what happened. But yeah, you can just say if you didn't like it in the thing. Yeah, PB&J episode 3 was tough to get through. Yep. She Trooper says, I would have enjoyed an Oilers game more. Yep. That's just super hurtful, but she's not wrong. Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't the strongest episode. Let's just say that.
Mike says angry. I almost couldn't stop laughing. It just needs traction. Yeah. Mike, did you think it was like Back to the Future? Because that's all I see when I see that show now.
The thing about it is, and I can't remember who we were talking about this with, but Boba Fett was everybody's. We talked about this last week a little bit.
You and I were talking about it.
Boba Fett was a lot of people's favorites watching the original trilogy, and
he had two.
It's ironic because he had 30 seconds of screen time and he had 4 lines of dialogue. But it was just that mystery of it, you know. It was just that he was just a badass, and this show is making him not so much of a badass anymore. And it's kind of disappointing me. It's kind of disappointing my inner child.
So, do you think that? And here's something we could. Do you think that it was that gave him the traction, or the new series? Like the new episode,
series, for sure.
Because it definitely wasn't the original series that gave Boba Fett a big following. I mean, he died.
I think
he pretty much committed suicide. Like he pretty much launched himself into the bloody pit. Like,
yeah, I think it started with the original trilogy, and then I think when people started writing stories about him in Legends and like making him a total badass in Legends, I think that's what made a lot of the popularity.
Sure, I can get by that.
When they made him a clone offshoot in the prequels, I think that cheapened it a bit.
Yeah.
But then, like the Clone Wars does with everything, they came back and redeemed the character a bit. Like they made him kind of a badass again as a kid. Like, you know, he's leading his own team of bounty hunters as a 10-year-old or whatever.
DCL nailed it. That's the part that aggravates the living hell out of me, buddy.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Yep.
And Jane Doe said he's a bit of a pansy. Yeah, he has been.
Yeah.
And Parkdale said the lead actor, Tamara Morrison, isn't strong as a lead, especially compared to Pedro Pascal. Yeah. It's a different Boba Fett than I was expecting.
And that might change because you know what? Like the way that they're kind of writing it, and I don't want to give too much away, but the way that he's kind of talking and all that good stuff, he's I think there's going to be stuff coming. I think at some point he's going to have a breaking point where he's going to be like, okay, like I tried to be a nice guy, now I'm not going to be a nice guy. So hopefully, otherwise it's just going to tank. So I am now building, the Microfighter Razor Crest. Thought I'd just knock this thing out. I thought the Mando in this was a little bit different, but Matthew informed me he is not. But I have, I think, one other microfighter. I think I have the Millennium Falcon, so I'll build this guy up. And
That's for saying right there, though. I mean, so that first line where you see Boba Fett and Vader tells him, "I want him alive, no disintegrations." You're like, "Well, who is this guy? He's a badass. Like doesn't take his bounties in alive. He's disintegrating them or putting them in a block of carbonite. Like he's a badass." And now you're seeing this guy who, and I get why they're writing him that way. It's just, I don't know. I don't have to like it.
Hopefully they come around on it.
Parkdale says, "Where's the Slave One?" Absolutely. I heard somebody, Moonman or somebody, was saying they've officially given the Slave One a new name. It's called the Fire Star, the Fire Burst, the Fire something. Now,
The fire that name.
no thanks. It's the Slave One.
Brickle says I just opened the Ahsoka, but also has basketball on, so it might take a while. Yeah, there'll be a little bit of cursing in between there, I'm sure. Words.
Okay, Fire Spray. That's the new name. The Fire Spray. Like, what the hell?
That's offensive to fire sprayers out there.
I agree.
I don't even know what that means, but it sounds good. Yeah, Destro, any of the purists, it'll always be the Slave One. Someone said, I saw someone had bought, the Lego store is actually getting quite a bit of stock in, and a lot of the older stock. Hey, Seth, how you doing, buddy? Quite a bit of the older stock and that sort of stuff, but someone had picked up one of the gunships and they hadn't changed the labels on the box yet. So obviously they're not going to, because if they were going to correct that label or make it proper, they would have done that already by now. And the stuff that was coming out now would have all been changed.
You got playoff football starting tomorrow, right?
Yep. There's another issue. We'll have a Go Sports moment, I guess. So anybody, I'm wearing my Raiders hat because they play. And who do they play? The Bengals.
They play the Bengals, yeah.
That's my old team.
Your other old team?
Yeah. So that's a team I quit because they didn't make any changes. So now I've got a playoff game where I've got to watch the team I cheer for now and the team I used to cheer for play against each other. So
that's going to be an interesting one too.
I think it is. Yeah.
The Raiders are dogs in that one, right?
Yes. Yeah.
But not by much.
They're always dogs. But the Raiders are that organization, and the part of the reason I appreciate them so much is because it's always a shit show behind them.
Yeah.
Like there's always some bad juju. There's always some just stupid something happening. And somehow they muck their way through it all. So I don't know. It could be an interesting game.
Yeah. Lots of games tomorrow, though.
Yeah.
Lots of games tomorrow, lots of games Sunday. I haven't really followed the NFL a ton, but just based on I'll keep an eye on the box scores, and it seems like anybody can win. There's so much parity in the league this year. Like there's not one clear-cut favorite, or every time you think there's a clear-cut favorite, then they lose that next week to a team.
Well, I still think I know who's going to take it again this year, but
you think it's going to be Tampa again?
Yeah, he's just that good, man. I get a lot of people don't like him, but he's just that good. He's a next level guy. And the Oilers actually play tomorrow for the first time in forever and a day.
Yeah, who are they playing?
They can't even remember. But
themselves. They're playing themselves.
They're going to beat themselves. But the postponed Ottawa Senators.
Oh.
But Edmonton's going after Evander Kane, which is fantastic.
I saw that. In fact, somebody had said they were going after Patrick Kane, and I'm like, there's no freaking chance they're going after Patrick Kane. And then I looked it up, and it was Evander Kane, which is almost worse.
It's almost worse because they came out the other day and said Mike Smith is now on long-term disability.
Wonderful. Hey, the Blues will trade. They got a couple goalies.
Yeah. Mike says the Bengals will win because a great cold weather team and the forecast is nasty and they have to come from the heat in Vegas. I'm sure they've been in Cincinnati training all week.
I was afraid the Blues were going to dump one to the Kraken last night. They were down 1-0 going into the third, but they scored a couple in the third period, thankfully.
The old Kraken. Team that you don't think is going to do very good at all because they didn't really have much, and they're doing okay.
They're still a last place team, though. I don't like losing to the last place team. That's like something Toronto does.
Yeah.
See what I did there?
Yeah.
Because the Maple Leafs lost to the. Don't start cheering for the Kraken, She Trooper, just because you like their mascot.
No, it's not even that. It's literally the S on their jersey.
Get out of here.
And the jerseys are teal in color.
I was going to say in the colors.
Right? Love that. Yeah.
The Leafs lost to the Coyotes a couple days ago.
I'm happy about that.
Figured you would be.
Yeah.
I watched a movie on Netflix the other night. It's kind of depressing, but it was about the what do you call them? The Indigenous people in Canada.
Yep.
And just how bad you Canadians were to them.
Oh my God. Oh.
It was like somewhat based on a true story, but it was about this boy who was kind of put in the system, and then he learned ice hockey, and he that was the only thing, and he actually got a tryout with Toronto's farm team and probably could have made it, but just was pissed off at the world because they treated him like crap. But it's a little bit depressing, but it was kind of fun to watch. It's called Indian Horse, I think.
Huh.
It's a Canadian film, but yeah, really, really talked about how terrible you Canadians were to the Indigenous people.
Keep hammering that one out.
Just awful. Mike, did you watch it? You said that was super depressing. Yeah, it was. I watched it late night one night because I was sick, so I was sleeping on the couch every night just to keep it away from everybody else. But watched a few late night Netflix movies, and that was one of them.
Couldn't have found anything else to watch, eh?
I don't know. I was just flipping through and found that one on Netflix. I found another one too. It was okay. It was it's called The Dig, and it's if you like history, you might like that one. It's Ralph Fiennes, who's the guy who played Voldemort. But he's like an amateur archaeologist based on a true story as well. Amateur archaeologist that gets called out to this farm to investigate these hills. They said on the eve of World War II, like it's like a month before World War II breaks out in Europe. And She Trooper said it's so good. I really liked it. I thought it was very interesting. Though
he's watching 1941. I gotta see that. How is it, Mike? Is it good?
1941. I don't think I've watched that one yet.
1941 is a spin-off of Yellowstone.
Oh, okay. So speaking of Yellowstone, I tried watching that.
Oh, stick with it.
Guess what? It's not on Prime here, like you all said it was.
Yeah.
It's on freaking Peacock.
Great. Oh.
It's on Peacock, but you can watch one episode free, and then you got to buy a premium subscriction. And I'm not getting another streaming service. I got enough of those.
Just download it. The streaming services are starting to really get under my skin.
Yeah. Yeah, Seth, we talked about episode 3 earlier. Yeah. Not big fans of episode 3.
No, and the graphics were terrible.
And even the flashback scene that they did was just meh.
The flashback scene is going to get more interesting, I think.
It should, because
Yeah.
it's going to start to, leave up to where we saw him in The Mandalorian, right? Or lead up to it. So it should get better, but I don't know.
As long as they don't drill their Jetson bikes to the.
She Trooper said, "Can you log into Canadian Prime?" I don't think so, though. If I do have a Plex account, so if somebody wants to hook me up on their Plex account, just
We'll talk.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to start my own Plex. So
excellent. Because I wanted to start Yellowstone while I was sick, and it just didn't happen. And I wasn't going to watch one episode because then I knew I'd get sucked into it. But yes, The Dig, if you're looking for something to watch, and you like World War II era stuff, it was pretty good. Pretty good. The only thing that bugged me about it is they have this lady that's playing in it. They got like a 35-year-old woman playing a lady that's supposed to be in her 60s. At least the lady in real life was at the time that this dig happened. So she's like pretty young comparatively to what she should have been.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that bothered me about it.
All right.
Mike, no, not the flashback from the water planet. The flashback to there was another one of the Tuscan scenes that we saw.
Yeah.
The water planet, though, I think it was Trevor who was telling me he noticed that they painted the Slave One the wrong color. So in the
wasn't it Jango Fett that was leaving?
No, but that was the thing. They painted it in Boba's colors in the flashback.
Oh, and it should have been Jango Fett. It should have been the blue, right?
Yeah, it should have been the blue and the yellow.
Yeah. Finished Dexter this week. Oh, Seth finished Dexter. Was very disappointed in the overall story of the new season. Okay, good. Then I won't continue watching it because I was kind of having a hard time getting motivated in that one.
So I never watched that one. I watched. I was watching. Well, I'll get back to it, but never watched it. The wife watched it. She watched most of it. She didn't watch the last season, but she heard the final season, initial season, just ended really stupidly.
Yeah, it did. I liked it. I love Dexter.
Yeah. Well, she liked it too. She was really into it, but she said that final season was just, from what she heard, it was bad. And then I watched. So Ozark season 4 is coming out. Part 1 of season 4 is coming out January 21st, next Friday. The first, I don't know how Mike's right on it. He says, anyone watch Ozark? So first, I don't know how many episodes is going to be in season 4, but the first half drops next Friday. And so I watched the trailer for that probably 3 times, just back to back, because it looks amazing.
Well, so I don't know if anybody's seen it, the way they left the like, I called it. I said, oh, that chick's going to get it.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Then, bang, and I'm like, no, I've been waiting ever since to see what the hell's going on.
I know. So I watched, I had to catch up because it's been a year and a half since the last season was out. So I found this YouTube channel called Man of Recaps, and he does, it's like a 15 or 20 minute video, and he recaps all of season 1 through 3.
Yeah.
And he's just sitting there talking. He's just, hey, this happens and this happens. And then she blows his head off, and it's like, So I watched all through that just to get me back ready for this next season. So then I went back and watched his video. He does a video recap of all of Dexter 1 through 7 or whatever to get people ready for this new one. So I watched that and heard what happened. So I understand what happens in the show, but I just never watched it all.
Yeah.
I also watched.
She's been watching Cheer, but she suspects she might be the only one watching it here.
I think you may be. Well, I can't speak for everybody else, but I have not been watching Cheer.
I didn't even know it was a thing. I'll watch it now, though.
I also did the recap because I didn't watch the last season and a half of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah,
So I watched
I left when they started getting all crazy with it. And I was like,
it
no,
got weird. Like
yeah,
it got really weird.
Yeah, had to leave.
And I loved that show.
I loved it up until it started getting really funky weird. Like,
yeah, Mike, I watched the trailer 3 times in a row. I loved it.
Well,
like, it looks like it's going to be awesome. That newest season, and it's the final season, right? Of Ozark.
I think so. I think this is it. Yeah.
I think they're done after 4. But man, it looks so good. Like, I know I feel about this show the way a lot of people felt about Breaking Bad. Like, but I like Ozark way more. And maybe it's because I grew up near the Lake of the Ozarks, but I love Ozark. So good.
Was there a lot of money laundering guys around there at the
Yes,
time?
money laundering and drugs and strip clubs. Yes.
Yeah, nice.
Not a lot of poppy fields, but there's a lot of meth.
So the girl, like, is it Ruth? No.
Yeah, Ruth.
Yeah, Ruth.
Yep.
So she was in some other show that I started watching.
Really?
And like, it's no different than like I typecast what's her face in Missouri. Like I just typecast her as being this total like that's who she is for the rest of my life. Like,
yeah.
So it was tough to watch that show with her in it. Now I gotta find.
Let's see.
I'm gotta find what I did with all my black tiles. I have no idea where I put them. I want a tile so that tie advanced. I wanted to. I don't know if you can see it here. I started tiling the inside of the wings. So look at that.
Oh, that looks good.
Yeah. So I want to tile the whole insides of those wings, and I'm almost thinking I should make them longer.
I don't think you shouldn't.
Yeah, you're
right. Mike said he spent summers on Taylor Rock Lake. I've been there. Did some fishing there.
Well, what should I work on next? I can either do, that's kind of boring. I was going to do another Mills plate, but that's boring.
She said she hid them.
Yeah, she probably did. They're somewhere real good. Probably right in front of me somewhere. This was a long week. It took forever to end.
Yeah, it was a rough one. It was a rough one for me.
I could build. Well, I got to work on that sanctum, but don't man look. Ugh. I'll work on that sanctum. I was waiting for those tiles to come so I could finish up road plates and stuff like that, but that being that I probably ordered the wrong ones. I might have to take my the landing dock back for the, or like take it apart for the gunship. Got a whole bunch of great tiles right there. Hey Axel, how you doing?
Hey Axel.
You are not wrong, Mike. It has been a long week. I got to design the stairs and stuff for that sanctorium as well. So
Chris Murray. Chris, yes, the green grocer will be here tomorrow if if the snow isn't too bad and my post office cooperates. It will be here tomorrow.
Yeah.
So Kevin and I were talking about it. What I probably will do is the guy sent it assembled, so I will probably clean it up and take it apart and sort it, and then we'll probably build it next weekend.
Yeah, I think the stream is probably going to go to Saturday next weekend because Friday I'm away for work for a little bit, so we'll talk to Big E there and see because he's got his big set he wants to build, and Tanner will have his big set, and I'm working on a deal for something here for me, so maybe we'll have 3 retired sets on the go. I got other retired sets I could build. I don't know. I don't know if I want to build them yet. I got that tree house. Of course, I've got my Death Star, just to play one. Got to put it back together. Haven't rebuilt it. I guess I could build the tiger.
The little guy? Yeah, you should.
Yeah. Can't remember what the other one I had. How many are out?
There are, let's see, I got 4 up there on the shelf, plus a tiger. So tiger, ox, rat, pig, dog, and then the rooster came out in Asia Pacific only, as did the monkey right before it and the sheep. The monkey and the sheep look terrible.
So I'm not going to build it because I'd want to get after all of them. That's the problem. If I build it, I'm going to want to build them all.
Yes, you would. Now, the nice thing, though, is for the most part, the parts are cheap. So if you want them, don't try and go off it. And most of them aren't too bad. Like, I think I bought all of those. Most of them, the only ones I bought were the dog and the pig, and I got them for like $15 each or something. They're not bad. But the rooster is like $90 if you want it because it was Asia Pacific only, and the monkey is like double that. It's crazy.
Yeah. Chindo says I only have the microfighter and the ecto left to build.
Holy moly! She's already gotten all that stuff. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, you got lots of stuff to light up soon. That'll take you a day.
And the other good news is your boat ain't coming anytime soon. So.
Yeah, June for the boat. How about that? We didn't talk about that.
That's the other thing I called to complain about.
Good.
That's what I said. That's what I said to the guy. I actually used the term, I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed. It's terrible. So yeah, that was the other thing I called to complain about is last week, anybody who had ordered off the Bricklink program got a notification saying, oops, we screwed up. Your set's not coming anytime soon. Well, as it's been sitting in our things as pending.
Yeah.
Like we actually thought we'd probably see these things before Christmas. When it went pending, that usually means that it's getting in the warehouse and it's getting ready to go.
Well, because we got an email saying we were going to get it.
Yeah, saying it's shipping out right away.
Right.
So that was pretty exciting. And then they came out and said, yeah, it's not coming. Sorry, we made a mistake. So I called the guy, and that's what I said to the person at Lego. I said, that's the sad part is that, it's not that I was waiting. I just wanted to know how you guys were going to screw this up, and you didn't disappoint. You screwed it up. So, and the guy's like, well, we're really sorry. And then sometimes you get the guy who wants to come out with some excuses and kind of let you know. And it's like, no, that doesn't fly, man, because everything you're saying doesn't match with this and that. And it's just straight up a screw up. And it's sad because you kind of got people's hopes up on this thing. Like they were hoping they were going to get it soon and be able to, take a look at it.
Yeah.
So,
Jane Doe said she saw the roosters at Brickbench and she could have gotten one. I wish I had known that because they're like, there's only one on Bricklink here and it was $90.
Yeah. Nick said he said that shop has that Mercedes set. Let me guess, Canadian 400. No, I think he's. I'll double check it tomorrow, Mike. I'm heading there to see him, but I thought he was one something like 180. But that's really high for that set, considering that set was probably $40 when it came out.
And DCL said he bought the Tiger for $10 off local eBay. Yeah, Eric was saying that he saw it at Target or something or Walmart for $10 out there in Florida. And Jane Doe said, but it was always coming out then, the second wave. Don't know why people are unhappy with it. Well, Jane Doe, I think the reason we're unhappy is because we all got an email back in December saying, hey, your stuff is shipping out soon. And they included the stuff that we got in that second wave. Like my email had both my wave 1 set and my fishing boat wave 2 set in the email, like pictures of them both. And then we didn't hear anything, and we didn't hear anything, and we didn't hear anything. And then Europe started getting theirs. So that was a little bit of salt in the wound, and we still hadn't. And then they finally sent out an email saying, oh, yours is going to ship in February. And oh, by the way, sorry about the confusion, but if you ordered this set, it's not coming till June.
Yeah.
So I get it. When you first ordered, they said it wasn't going to come till June, but I thought maybe, just maybe, they might actually have had something early for a
miracle off. Yeah. Which I mean is fine. And you just don't want to get set up for the disappointment.
Right.
Well, what am I going to build? Could putz on this guy some more, but I got to do that staircase, which is going to be a little bit of a nightmare, I think.
Jane Doe said I specifically mentioned briquettes in architecture. Yeah, but those Chinese New Year sets are not briquettes. I don't count them as briquettes, so I didn't even think about that when you said that. But I'll take the blame. That's my fault.
It was your fault. 100% your fault. You suck.
Mike said, it seems like these special sets are becoming a disaster. Is it because of personnel or more orders than they can handle? It's that. They obviously screwed up and that first wave of orders, they oversold by double. So it's probably been a resource planning issue and then shipping issues, because I think these are shipping out of Europe. I think that they all must be, because Europe's the only ones that got theirs on time. And they're not going to be able to ship to U.S. or North America until February, and they're not going to ship to Australia until the end of February. So it's got to be. It's just they've all got to be shipping out of Europe, which I'm not surprised. They're probably such short runs in manufacturing that their other manufacturing facilities here aren't even going to bother with them.
Yeah, exactly, and. That was kind of the what I told the Lego customer service person too, was that, the whole thing was a mess up. Like, it was a mess up from the point of right from the get-go, from the overselling of the sets and that sort of stuff. It was just it was a nightmare to try to get that stuff originally, and there was a little bit of hesitation on some people's part, and then it was a crap show right from the start. So,
Aspen, don't feel bad. It's okay.
It's all good.
It's I don't need that rooster that bad, and if I want it, like the parts, if you order the parts all except for the stickered eyeballs, it's like $12 worth of parts or something.
Yeah.
It's really not a big deal. But thank you for feeling bad.
Yeah. Chris said, thoughts on recent Lunar New Year / Chinese New Year sets? Worthwhile. I saw Tanner's Instagram. Lunar New Year traditions looks nice. It does look very nice.
I love them, Chris. I've got all of them. I didn't start buying them. Hey, Matthew's here. I did not start buying that. Didn't start buying them until I saw Spring Lantern Festival. And no, I'm sorry, I bought the Temple Fair before Spring Lantern Festival, and I love them. The like Traditions came with 13 minifigures for $79. And yeah, it had a lot of stickers, but it's beautiful. The Ice Festival comes with like 15 minifigures. Just the value of them, since they're not licensed sets, is amazing when you consider the price. And they're all beautiful sets. I love them. I've got them all.
Pokemon them.
It's Jane Doe's fault that I have them all, but I do have them all. She'll admit to that it was her fault, because she goaded me into buying some of the older ones.
Kevin, it was 40 or 50 new, 175 new is a standard price. It's difficult to find, especially with Lewis' 7th championship. Yeah, the one. So is that the same one that? So the one that he has, it's Mercedes / McLaren Speed Champ set. Let me find it here.
Saying bad words already.
Who is?
You are.
What did I say?
Said that dirty M word.
McLaren?
Yes.
Oops.
Matthew said the corner on that looks good, Kevin.
Yeah, I fixed it. So I changed it for. It looks really good now, and that it's perfectly even and stuff. I moved it out a little bit. Looks way better than it did.
Matthew, I haven't asked your line yet, so it's all yours, buddy. We were saving it for you.
F1 search. Oh god, I think I'm going to go down a wormhole now because I don't think I've seen this set.
Which one? Oh, the one Mike's talking about?
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's not that one. It's a different one that Jack has. It's where is it here?
All right, well, he's looking. This is all brick built. That's not stickers. That's all brick built. The stripes of this tiger. That's awesome. And they use that new, here's one. This new piece that we saw in the modulars there's some in the police station and the boutique hotel, but that's in orange. Very cool. This is a very cool build.
So the set, Mike, it's 75911 is the one Jack has, and it only has the one car. So it's Lego Speed Champions McLaren Mercedes Pit Stop, it's called. This guy's selling it for 366 Canadian. Cool.
Mike said that's the older one and a brilliant set. His white whale is a massive Mercedes set with a garage podium and a small grandstand.
Does it have two cars? Because that's the one I think I just saw here. StockX has it for $434.
That's StockX is fake news, man. It's probably Chinese.
Yeah, that's set 75883.
And right on cue, Matthew says, "What is everyone in chat building tonight?"
Brick Curl Ahsoka. Yeah, so this is coming together nice. I'm just going to start. I think I might start working on the stairwell.
Mike said yes, 2 cars.
Yeah, that's the one. So looks like a pretty expensive set. I've actually honestly never seen one in person. So and I hope to never see it because I'll really, really want it.
Got Brennan No working the D11 PBJ, the Ninjago movie Destiny's Bounty. Kojak building BB-8. Welcome, Kojak.
BB-8, that's a cool build. It's fun.
Is a fun one.
It's a rewarding. I call those rewarding builds because they don't take too terribly long, and you get nice little results out of them and what have you. So
it's like the Yoda build or the
yeah.
baby Yoda build. Either one of those. Those are both really good ones too. That
someone had posted. I was going to say this. I forgot until you said Yoda. Someone had posted. One of our Costco's had the Yodas on for $29, or for the it was for the Grogu
for $29. That's
$29
crazy.
for Grogu.
That is crazy. They're just clearing them out.
Yep, blasting them. Okay, I have an idea here. How am I gonna do?
So we didn't talk about it, but some new rumors came out on some of the big sets, summer wave sets. So released some price lists on some of the new superhero stuff. There was confirmation. I don't know how they confirmed it because obviously nobody's released anything, but apparently the big Marvel set that's coming, the big $500 Marvel set that people are speculating is either a Sanctum or an Avengers Tower, is confirmed to be Marvel. It's not, initially the initial rumor said superheroes of some kind. I think we had talked about could be a Wayne Manor or something like that, but it's confirmed to be Marvel.
Huh.
Whatever that means. But man, if it was a Sanctum, it would have to be ginormous at $500.
What else could it be though?
Avengers Tower is my bet.
Yeah, well, if they go the Avengers Tower route, which I would probably see would be more of the $500 one, you could do like the Daily Bugle and just pile figures into it, right?
Exactly. But even then, I mean, the Bugle had 25 figures, and it was $200 cheaper. So, are they going to put 35 figures in it? I guess they could.
If they want to.
Yeah, I won't stop them. Axel says UTS Sanctuary 2, the Thanos ship. I mean, could be. Jane Doe said hope it's a building, not a ship.
I don't think it'll be a ship. Don't think it'll be
Jane Doe says the Daily Bugle was 500 here. Well, it's going to be whatever this is probably going to be 1,000 there.
Yeah. Where was that? Sorry. Oh, Jane Doe. Yeah.
Australia. Yeah.
Four, 3.
Matthew hopes it's Avengers Tower because he doesn't have the talent to build one like yours. And he's buttering you up tonight.
He's setting me up for something, that son of a. Setting me up for something. I can feel it.
Oh, Todd, I didn't even think about that, but that would be awesome. Xavier's Mansion.
Well,
you think that would be amazing because they haven't done a ton of X-Men minifigures. That would be so amazing. Don't even get me hyped about that because I was a huge X-Men fan growing up.
I don't know if they would. I don't know.
And in fact, I watched another documentary on Prime while I was sick, and it was about Chris Claremont, who was like the primary artist for X-Men in the 80s.
Yeah.
He's the one who brought it from it was a B-level comic. Like it was a third or fourth string afterthought comic in its, and this guy came, Claremont came and just made it the top selling comic in the 80s. And that's why the show, like I watched the show in the 90s, the cartoon. I loved X-Men so much.
Yeah. And Axel's not wrong. No movie to promote the X-Men. Like, if X-Men was coming out, I could maybe see that.
Right. But it will. I mean, Marvel owns this stuff now, so they're going to start putting that in. Yeah, sorry, Axel. Claremont was the writer. He was the head writer for the X-Men, not the artist. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, still put him on the map. Just yeah, that's why I was saying. That's why I told Todd, don't get my hopes up, because yeah, you're right. It's not going to be like a movie to promote. But if you think about it, what is coming out? You got Doctor Strange 2, and I can't see him doing a Sanctum that large. I just can't. Maybe I'll be wrong.
Like you said, I can't see them. Yeah, having the minifigure population to justify it.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it'll be a big playset type thing with lots of figures, but I just
you would have to pretty much incorporate like the Marvel universe into it.
Yeah,
like it would be huge.
Well, I'm rooting for Todd's theory. I would love the X Mansion. Would love it. That would be amazing. Imagine the X Mansion, and they do a Sentinel, a buildable Sentinel with it, yeah. And then just chock full of minifigures. Man, that'd be awesome. Yeah, Axel Claremont actually helped Fox write those movies. He helped, like, Bryan Singer consulted Claremont to write the 90s X-Men films. And then, like, even all the Days of Future Past stuff, that was based on a storyline that Claremont wrote. Jane Doe says you got Uncanny X-Men movie coming up. You do. You also, Disney Plus is going to do the 90s cartoon. They're going to re-release it. Same style, except it's going to like carry over from where that cartoon left off. And they're doing a whole bunch of new episodes. So it's not impossible. It's not impossible. Man, you got me hyped now, Todd, because that would be amazing.
Go, Todd. You got him excited.
That would be amazing. Matthew said it's going to be a large Spider-Man bust.
Let's do it.
All right. How you doing? Should I crack another bag open, or are you?
Yeah, let's go for another. We could. What are you building? What are you on?
This Tiger. I'm on bag 204.
Yeah, we're good. I'm actually kind of excited here. I got a little staircase idea, and it looks like it actually might work right first try. So, I'll have to show you here in a second, but yeah.
Hello, Brickman. Mark, how you doing?
Okay.
Jane Doe says Marvel did announce that X-Men and Avengers would battle in 2022. Uh-oh. Brick Girl said the game is a slog fest. Words are being uttered. So that's another thing. Jane Doe said maybe the X-Men have something to do with the Deviants, but I think a lot of people think that this whole Scarlet Witch, who is going to be in Multiverse of Madness, there was a whole comic storyline with her, and she was originally X-Men, obviously, because she's the daughter of Magneto. There's this series called House of M that they did where she kind of scooped away mutants, and they think with MCU they're going to do the opposite of that, that they're going to, like, she's going to say the word, and she's so powerful because she's been reading the Darkhold that mutants are suddenly going to be there. So, I mean, anything could happen.
Yeah.
I'm a nerd. Sorry, I'm totally geeking out over some of this stuff.
We're all
If
nerds.
you haven't
Buddy.
watched that, Axel, it sounded like you're into it, but there's I forgot what it's called. It's a weird documentary because, like, in the background they have like they're talking about this story and it's all narrated and Claremont's in it and not Wheezy Jefferson, but Wheezy Simonson.
I was gonna say. Oh.
Louise Simonson, who they called her Wheezy, was another writer and editor on the X-Men comic. But they're all talking to each other, and it's weird. It's weird because like half the time they'll be talking, and then they'll split away to these pictures of these women in the cosplaying and X-Men stuff, and it's just filmed really weird. But it's a good documentary.
If anyone's interested in the new Lego game, yeah, okay. Which is long overdue. The Skywalker saga is set to release 4/4.
Oh, it's only like 2 years late.
Yeah, I mean that's supposed to have come out 2 years ago.
Seriously.
We should all boycott and say, screw you guys, we're not taking it because you guys waited so long.
Jane Doe's getting all excited, geeked out too. I started watching, there's another one. Kevin Smith's a big comic book geek too, and there's a show on him. He does a podcast, and he actually owns a comic book store in New Jersey.
He actually had a reality show, which was amazing. Yeah. Comic book man.
Yep, I started watching that.
Yeah,
I watched the first 2 or 3 episodes of it. It's very cool. I love Kevin Smith.
Me too.
Well,
he loves the Oilers.
Kevin. Yeah, well, he's not.
And he's a huge Oilers fan. So
no, he's not. He's like a New Jersey Devils fan.
You better research that. He
might wear a jersey. What's that?
He's from New Jersey.
Yeah.
And he cheers for them because that's his home team. But his favorite thing to watch, or favorite team in the NHL, is the Oilers.
Well, nobody said he had taste.
So it's kind of funny because he was at an Oilers game, and we have a guy here named Gene Principe, and I'm not a big fan of Gene Principe. I don't think he's funny. He thinks he's funny. I don't think he's funny. But Kevin Smith was at a game, and Gene's interviewing him, and he goes, so what made you an Oilers fan? And Kevin Smith's like, well, I don't think I really can say right now. And Gene's like, no, man, you're okay. And he goes, well, okay. He goes, well, one day I got really high. And I was watching the old Oilers games. Like, he was watching the Oilers of like the dynasty years.
Yeah.
And he goes, it was just unbelievable to me how good these guys were. And he goes, ever since then, I've been a huge fan. So as soon as he said, I was getting really high, the fans, of course, go nuts, right? Like,
of course.
Yeah.
He had that was what amazed me too, because I started watching this and he's still pretty big in that first season of it, or the first few. And obviously he had that heart attack recently, and he's lost all that weight now.
Oh, he looks like a different man. Yeah.
Quit drinking, quit smoking, all that stuff. But I'll tell you, that Muse, that guy looks like a total crackhead, man. Still,
He's a crackhead.
He is a crackhead. You're right.
Axel says he doesn't like Kevin Smith. He screwed up so hard that the other writers had to fix his stupidity.
Yeah. Daredevil was bad. It was very bad. I was reading something though that about Good Will Hunting. Apparently, it's funny because like he's the one who recommended to give Damon and Affleck a shot acting in the movie. Like obviously they were on as writers, but he's the one who put it into the director's head, Gus Van Sant, to let him act in the movie. And I guess Ben Affleck told him that they were gonna. He's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna thank you forever. And then they go up to get their Oscars, and they completely forgot to thank him. Both of them did.
Sounds about right.
Axel said Daredevil's his favorite. Brennan's calling it a night after bag one. Good night, buddy.
Good night, buddy.
Or are you leaving, or are you just done with the build? I guess I should ask that question. And Mike said his comic book store looks awesome. Clerk's all-time favorite. Yeah, I like Clerk's a lot. I like those movies, like Clerks and Chasing Amy and all those. Chris said, "Who still has comic long boxes in the basement from back in the '80s?" I don't have any long boxes. I've got them all stuffed in I've got them all in plastic sleeves and stuffed in a box down here in the basement, though. Need to go through those. I don't have any like good, amazing comics. I have a lot of the X-Men stuff of the '80s and '90s. A lot of it.
Got a bit of stuff left.
So, Axel, Daredevil's your favorite. Did you? Obviously, I'm sure you liked the Netflix show. Did you like Hawkeye?
I sure did. Wonder if I've got.
Rickman, we did talk about Book of Boba Fett. We talked about, unfortunately, how much we were not fans of episode 3. The first 2 episodes I liked for the most part. But the third episode just not great.
Yeah, it didn't do as good as it didn't go in the direction I was hoping it was going to go. That's for sure.
So Matthew said they made Kingpin a little too strong in Hawkeye for him. Spoilers if you haven't seen it yet, but I think we're past the statute of limitations on that one. But yeah, and D'Onofrio's talked about that. That was on purpose. They wanted to make him stronger, different than he was in the Daredevil shows, and stronger. And I'm not sure why they went that direction.
They made him real strong.
Real strong. Todd said he still has 3 long boxes of Wolverine, sold the rest several years ago and used the money for his first house. There you go. I think it was Tommy Rich said something similar to that. Like he sold baseball cards to buy his house. I got a lot of cards. I need to go through my cards and get rid of them. It's so many.
So many.
It's like sorting. I don't want to organize baseball cards, and I don't want to sort Lego.
That was my favorite thing to do all the time was sort cards. I love sorting them.
I liked sorting baseball cards.
My problem with cards was the displaying of them. I always wanted to look at them, and they're always like, put away in binders and pages, and that's the part I hated the most. Couldn't look at the stuff I wanted to look at, right?
Mike said, "What's the movie with Alanis Morissette as God?" Yeah, that's Dogma.
Dogma, yeah.
A good one. And then Axel said he had Spawn 1. Spawn, man. I love that animated series that MTV did of Spawn.
Yeah.
Brickman said, "I'm not sorry, but I'm a one-eyed Star Wars fan. Love anything new about Star Wars." Yeah, me too. I eat it up, but still, some like if it's not great, or if I was expecting more, which I'm expecting a lot out of this Boba Fett series, just because Mandalorian was so good too.
Yeah.
And I'll get disappointed if it doesn't live up to my expectations.
Because you want it to be good just because of the character. Like you want to, you want to go X-Files on this. You want to believe. All right. Staircase might turn out kind of okay. Oops. There goes the window. The
Did Axel, you'll know, did Claremont write the Old Man Logan run of the comics? Because that was a great, as bad as the X-Men movies got, because they did get bad, especially with Dark Phoenix, it was terrible. That Old Man Logan was really good. Or Logan, I guess it was the movie was called. Did you like that one, Kevin?
What's that? Sorry?
Logan, that last movie with what's his name as Wolverine?
Yeah, I didn't mind it.
With Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, I didn't mind it.
I think he did. I think Claremont wrote that series. I said no, he did not. Not a Wolverine fan, but I'll have to look up who did. That's all right. Somebody else might know as well, but I wasn't sure if he did or not.
Huh. So that goes there. If I...
Hey, Jenny Bricks. Good evening.
Hey, Jenny Bricks.
Go ahead, sorry.
I don't know if I can tilt this up or if it's going to all fall apart on me here, but look at that.
Oh, that looks great.
Staircase with the, I don't know if you can see the, around the sides. It comes all the way around the sides over here.
Yeah. Do you have some nougat tile?
Yeah, I've got to get some.
A runner. Yeah.
I got to beef up the staircase, because basically the staircase is actually going to stay in the bottom section, and then when you lift this out, the staircase will be the bottom piece and the surround piece will be the top. So I might actually have to make that piece one more wider, because it's like three studs right now. If I make it 4 studs, then you can have a figure walking there with the rail, because I have to have a rail in there too.
Yeah.
Right? So,
let's see. DCL said Logan's one of the few Marvel movies I watched till the end. Max said Mark Miller is the one who wrote that one. Okay. Matthew said Black Chrysanthemum is the best part of the Book of Boba Fett so far. I wholeheartedly agree. That's the only thing that redeemed Black Chrysanthemum, the Wookiee. It's the only thing that redeemed Episode 3 for me was that scene. And Brickman said, after all the hype of the new modular has now settled down, what's everyone's thoughts?
I love it.
I do too. It's number 2 for me of all modulars.
It's number 2 for me as well.
DCL said, building looks amazing, Kevin.
Thank you, sir. It's coming, slow but sure, but it's tough to build. Like I was talking to Tanner and these guys and everybody about this thing. It's tough to build a mock on the stream, because it's like there's a lot of back and forth and figuring and that sort of stuff. And I don't mind doing that, but it's not super fun to watch someone build a mock. And I guess it's okay to watch the progress, but
let's see. Seth said Logan is the best X-Men movie in my opinion. Agreed.
See, I wasn't I don't know. I wasn't a huge, I like X-Men in the comics and stuff. I read them all, but I wasn't huge into the following it, or I wasn't huge into any of the movies or anything like that. So, but Logan I did like a lot.
Lots of people like the modular. Jane Doe said, love the interior a lot, love the build, don't love the finished product. Jenny Brick said, I loved it. Yeah, number 2, big call, Brickman said. Yeah, well, it's so my opinion, but it's probably the best interior build of any modular so far. Just between the tile work that's in the lobby, the art gallery, all the little micro build furniture. I think it's probably the best interior that there is. I love the angles on it. Obviously, I think the Parisian restaurant's the best exterior build for me, and it's the best total package. So it's my favorite. But the exterior build and the angles of the hotel are great. The colors I don't love, but I don't hate them either. Like,
Yeah.
and then I don't know, the overall product, and then the minifigures are great. The little trolley luggage cart is great. Like, I don't know. I think it's got it all.
Yeah, there's a lot of good to it, I think.
Brick Girl says, has anyone bought a full set off Bricklink from a non-North American vendor? Been peeking around, and even with the taxes and stuff, some are way cheaper. I have not. I have not bought anything out of the United States or Canada yet off of Bricklink.
Yeah.
I'm just too afraid to.
Yeah, I have not. But that being said, like even some of the who was it talking the other day? You know, it is owned by Lego.
Yep.
So you think there's got to be some vetting with that, and
there's money back guarantees, and because
yeah.
you're paying with PayPal, so
I don't know. Depending on what you're doing, it might be worth the risk.
Yeah. I know. I think she was looking for UCS Slave One.
How much cheaper is it?
That's a good question. Axel said, do you like the America Chavez and the Ms. Marvel minifigures? I'd like them a lot better if I knew who the characters were. Like, I know who Ms. Marvel is, but I don't know who America Chavez is. I know she's a comic book character, but
We needed a dirty Chavez.
Dirty Sanchez.
Dirty
That's what you're
Sanchez.
thinking of. Mike said Wendy just started Logan Lucky. I like that movie a lot too. Did you ever see that one, Kev?
I don't think so.
It's Daniel Craig's in it, Channing Tatum. They're like they're pulling off a heist in a stock car race. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Kylo Ren's in it.
Well, that turned out okay.
DCL said, great part choices in the new module. I like the ribbed round 2x2 bricks representing tablecloths. Yeah.
I love the TV. I love, like, there was a whole bunch. The dresser, like, I don't know. I like the dresser. There's so much I like about that thing. I actually, like, we talked about it. We touched on it. Everybody was going sideways about how it's an angle. It's still a square building. It's still a square. The building or the hotel itself sits on an angle on the plate. But with the art studio beside it, it's still a square. Like, you could put that on a corner and it's totally fine. It's not that you had to redesign a street or have an angled street or anything like that goofy. So for me, it was a non-issue, really. But
I was a big skeptic when it came out, thinking it was going to be impossible to place. And I love where I put it first. Matthew loves lamp, but I love the first place I put it. I think it fits in.
Yeah. Agreed.
Jane Doe said she agrees with the interior as a build experience. I love the angles. Those Pythagorean triangles nerded me out a bit. Me too. But yeah, the display is just okay. Saw someone who'd done a rebrickable where they turned the alley into a kitchen and added an extra dining area over it. It looked good, but you definitely couldn't place it against the building.
Yeah.
And Brick Girl said she was looking at the Rebel combat frigate, and it's like half the price.
Oh, really? I don't know. I would almost say, it might be worth a gamble because of, Lego owns them.
Yeah.
If you guys were shady and you can see how many sales they've made and stuff on there too. Doesn't it give you a sale list or their rating?
Yeah. for sure.
Yeah. So I don't know if they have a high enough rating. I think it might be worth a swing.
Just depends on what they're going to charge you for post, because you never know with those. They could jack up the shipping price. Axel says America Chavez is a character from another Earth where it's only women. With her name in blue, white, red outfit, she's like a young female Captain America. She was in the Young Avengers. Okay. I know she's going to be in Multiverse of Madness, so we'll all see how that character is then.
Yeah. So this, I can do this.
And then I'm assuming, Axel, you talked about Ms. Marvel because there were so many comic book characters named Ms. Marvel. Assuming you're talking about Kamala Khan, right? The little stretchy girl.
Well, he's not talking about Shaka Khan.
Shaka Khan.
Going to chuck a ball as he was going to chuck a can. Chuck a can. Yeah, definitely ask about shipping ahead of time. But like I said, I don't know. It might be worth the risk. It might be worth the gamble because if it's that much cheaper.
Yeah, and like you said, it's not a gamble because the worst that could happen is they don't ship and then you just ask for a refund.
Yep, 100%.
Which I just did. I finally had the post office lost one of my Bricklink orders and couldn't get the guy to respond. He finally responded and he gave me a refund and, requested it. And I went to close out the no ship alert that I had put on and I hit the wrong button. I put alert on his Bricklink account. I was like, I sent him a message and said, hey, I hit the wrong button. I screwed up. Because there's no way to go back on it after you do it.
Yeah.
And then I sent the guy a note and was like, hey, sorry, I hit the wrong button. Just tell them because they'll reverse that. Because I guess if you get 3 of those, they'll suspend your account.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Like if you're a seller, they'll suspend your selling account.
This is going to look
Axel says yes, Camilla, not Carol Danvers. Yeah, okay. That's what I thought. That is what I thought. I'm telling you, though, like, if you don't follow all the comics, you're not a big comic book geek.
it's hard to stay on top of all that stuff.
It is. And like even me, I didn't read all of the comics. It was mainly X-Men comics, so I don't know half the stuff. And so like on these shows, these Netflix or these Marvel shows, I go and watch. There's a channel called New Rock Stars. We talked about this last time. There's a couple of channels that are really big on YouTube that do the breakdowns. And New Rock Stars is my favorite one. They do really good recaps of all the Star Wars and the Marvel and all that stuff. And just kind of explain, who the characters are and what their origins were in the comics and give theories on what they think is going to happen next and all that stuff. Jane Doe says she's not a comic book geek. She has to research as she goes. Yeah, I do the same thing, Aspen. I do a lot of looking up and reading after I watch the shows. And Axel said Chris Claremont wrote most of the Ms. Marvel original comics in the 70s. Interesting. Of the Danvers ones, or I guess I should ask. Brick Girl said, I'll ruminate. Unexpectedly got Stranger Things set tonight with $30 cash back. Yeah, that's awesome. I love Stranger Things. It's a great set. great set. Mike asked if Guardians 3 is being filmed yet. It's not supposed to release till 2023, I want to say. So I don't think they might be doing some filming of it, but I'm not sure. Because I know Pratt's working on Mario, or he's wrapping Mario, because that releases at the end of this year.
Mm-hmm. All right. That's how I wind that up.
There's a lot of good movies coming out this year. Maybe, hopefully.
Here, look at that, Tanner.
Yeah, it looks awesome. Looks great.
So it's got to tile the steps. Figure out why they're crooked. Oh, I see.
I was looking at the new releases, and let's see. Uncharted's coming out in February. What's coming out in March? Morbius, I think, is coming out in March.
I'm not sure how do you think that's going to do?
I think it'll be good. It looks
I was
good.
talking about today. I was just kind of like, I'm kind of meh on it. Like after watching the previews and stuff, I don't know.
I'm more excited about it than I have been about the Venom movies, personally.
So I love the Venom movies.
Right.
But he was even like I said the other day, like with the externals or Eternals.
Eternals, yeah.
Yeah. So I haven't even seen it yet.
It's on Disney Plus now.
Yeah, I know.
We watched it again last night. I liked it. It wasn't as good as Shang-Chi. I liked that one better, but I liked it.
That one caught me by surprise because I didn't think I was going to like that one, and I ended up loving it. So
yeah, it's good. Well, Eternals is not as good.
Yeah.
Yes, Matthew, I'm building the infamous butthole tiger.
The glorious.
Back to back.
But the story was so bad.
Say that again.
He said Eternals was okay, but the story was just so bad.
It was different. It was just a lot. There was a lot of character exposition, a lot of characters, and yeah, I don't know. It was different. Rebecca said, "Gotta like a good butthole tiger."
Oh my God, she's back.
She is back.
Guess who's back? Back again. Becca's back. Tell your friends.
Axel said, "Look at Morbius as not a Marvel Spider-Man movie, but just as a superhero, or he's like an anti-hero, kind of like Venom, I guess."
Yeah, he's kind of like an anti-hero like Venom, but I just wonder what your kids like with your kids, because they're younger. Like that's not a show for them.
Yeah, no, I will not take them to that one. They were flipped out by the preview when we went and saw Spider-Man. They had to hide their eyes at the preview.
Yeah,
it's not for them. I'll tell you what got me about the preview. Did you see the movie The Lost Boys?
Yes, loved it.
Vampire movie, loved it. And so they played The Doors in Morbius, that trailer.
People are strange.
Exactly. So it brought me right back to The Lost Boys.
Absolutely. Bring that racket.
DTL said, "Did you see what part they used for the butt of the to-be-released creator baboon?" Oh, geez, I'm afraid to ask.
Was it pink in color?
I am afraid to ask.
Okay, how am I gonna strengthen up these stairs. Yeah, The Lost Boys, I love The Lost Boys. The soundtrack from The Lost Boys, unbelievable. Great soundtrack.
Poor Corey Haim and Corey Feldman.
The Coreys.
The Coreys. I'm trying to think. I think of what else. DCL said that was a joke. That's funny.
What's that?
The baboon.
Oh,
Trying to think of what other movies are coming out. Obviously, you got Multiverse of Madness. You've got I was looking at the whole list last night. Just see, it's a lot of stuff. Top Gun, obviously.
I'm so pumped for Top Gun. Like so pumped.
Too. Me too. Feel the need for speed.
Bring back Goose. Hashtag bring back Goose. If Boba Fett can come back, so can Goose.
Heck yeah. Well, Goose's son is going to be in the movie.
Yeah. Goodness gracious. Great balls
of fire.
Take me to bed or lose me forever. Show me the way home, you big stud. Not that I've watched it 8 million times and have it memorized.
Jane says another great soundtrack. Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Gotta love the Kenny Loggins. Brickman says, obviously Lego has a butthole design department. Yes, they do.
Ever since the bowl, yeah.
Brick Girl says, one of my favorite soundtracks is Can't Hardly Wait. That's wasn't there a lot of Sum 41 on that soundtrack? I feel like it was a ton of Sum 41. And like Blink 182 and
so I saw a trailer today. I don't know if you've seen it. I can't remember what it was called, but it's the Foo Fighters movie.
Okay.
So it's
I haven't seen it.
It's where they're going to write their next album, their 10th album, and they're going to write it in this haunted house or whatever. And like Gruel gets possessed, and it just looks messed up. It's like a cheesy kind of horror. Yeah, I don't know. I watched the trailer. I'm like, it's kind of interesting. Not gonna lie. I'll have to find the name of it. We'll talk about it next time. Play the trailer for you.
Brendan says he's out for the night. Be up longer. Please message him in the group chat. I'll see you, buddy.
All right, buddy.
Jane Doe said, well, if frogs can be flowers, then flowers can be buttholes.
Nailed it. Seems logical.
Like, that should be a bumper sticker or something.
You should. It happens. What? Shit. Jenny Mouse up peas and carrots again.
Rick Earl said it's Blink, Guns N' Roses, Run DMC, Busta Rhymes, Third Eye Blind. That's right, Third Eye Blind was on that one. I remember that one. I like that movie. I like the kid in it. He was the kid. He played the kid in the movie Dutch. Did you ever see that movie Dutch, Kevin?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
with Ed O'Neill. Yeah, so he's in that. He was he played Rusty Griswold in Vegas Vacation. Yeah. He played the. It was funny. Did you ever see that movie, That Thing You Do? It was Tom Hanks was in it, and it's like a musical movie about a band. He was the bass player, and his name was literally TB Player. Like, they didn't even want to give the guy a nickname or a name. He was just the bass player was his name. Yeah, Mike Goose's son is going to be like the pilot that's at Top Gun that Maverick's training or something. It's played by Miles Teller, I think, is who's playing him.
Very excited.
Me too. DCL said, if the tiger's your first Lego set and a modular, your second looks so cute. They made flowers of buttholes. Brick Girl said, love that thing you do. I do too. That movie a lot. Mike said that movie you're talking about looks amazing. He's a big Foo Fighters fan.
Yeah, do you remember what it was called, Mike? It's I don't know. But he girls like he gets possessed, and he's telling his drummer to play the song, and then I don't know if you've seen The Witcher, but when the Witcher's eyes go black or whatever, he's telling his drummer to play the song, and his drummer's like, "Yeah, man, I don't really feel like drumming." He goes, "Drum the song," and his eyes go crazy, and like.
Axel said, have you seen the trailer to The Northman? I have not.
No.
I'm not so good at knowing when trailers come out. It's not something I look for. Like somebody has to tell me and then I go see it.
Yeah, me too.
Which I'll tell you, I kind of miss the days of only seeing trailers at the movie theater.
Yeah.
Because then you really look forward to those sneak previews. And now today you go to the theater and you've seen all the trailers that come out because they get released 5 different ways.
Yeah.
I just remember going to the movies and you'd talk as much about the coming attractions as you would about the movie, like because you'd be so surprised by them.
Yeah. Agreed.
Oh. Axel said he sees trailers as ads while watching YouTube. Yeah, I could see that. I just get ads for StreamYard with YouTube. That's like the number one ad that pops up for me is StreamYard.
Really?
Yep. And it's such a terrible ad too. It's like this stupid bald guy with glasses that looks like David Cross. And he's like,
animal shirt. It's a stupid bald guy with wearing an animal shirt and a Raiders hat.
He looks like David Cross. You know who David Cross is?
No.
Have you seen Arrested Development?
Oh, yeah.
Tobias?
Yeah. All right. Our staircase is very firm. Not going anywhere.
That's hot. Becca said the character on your shirt was built at the Lego convention. Looked brilliant. Yeah.
What's his name, Becca? Come on. It's Animal.
Well, you didn't even give her a chance to guess.
No, I don't want it. It's tough. She tried. She lost the trivia. She's out. I knew she wasn't going to get it from the statement of that guy on your shirt.
She got it. Look, Animal.
Nailed it.
Oh, man.
Meminal. All right, I'm going to put this back on top, and then we'll probably call her and see how this looks with the staircase. And realistically, like, I'm building this thing so it can come apart in floor layers, but I don't think it matters because, honestly, once it's built, it's never coming apart.
Yeah, but if you move again, it'll be good that you built it like that.
Not really, because
if you give it to Matthew
to drive it somewhere, yeah.
Seth wants to know if you're going to make curved railings for the stairs.
Yes, I am. So, well, kinda. I was already thinking about how I was going to do that, and I'm actually going to take it from the way they did the hotel, or sorry, the boutique hotel.
Those little
whips,
like Hue whip pieces, yeah.
Yeah, little whips. And
Mike said Taylor Hawkins is a great drummer. Movie is Studio 666.
Studios, yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Matthew said, "You guys are the worst."
Not drivers though.
Yeah, you're the worst driver and transporter of Lego sets.
What the heck? That must go there. Go there. Perfect. There we go.
Really like this brickhead.
The Ahsoka, yeah, looks good.
Might be one of my favorites. Might be one of my favorites.
There, check that out. The nice thing about a Mills plate, everybody, love it.
Butte, Clark.
I was looking into the staircase.
Oh, that's awesome, man. Yeah, that looks great. Did you show everybody the doors yet? I don't think you've showed people the doors.
Oh, maybe not. So the doors were I just did brick built doors. I don't know how that shows there.
You can't really see you can get a light in there. There you go. That's a better angle there.
So it's just barrels up the middle to give it kind of a curve thing for the windows in between, and then snaps on the back. The doors push in, so they go that way. You can see it starting to open there. But anybody who, can we talk about Spider-Man? Is it good?
I think it's still a little early.
Well, it's not really a spoiler what I'm going to say, what I want to do.
That's true.
So I was gonna make the inside all white because someone left a door or a hole open and they had a snowstorm inside.
Yep.
So there's literally two characters shoveling snow.
Yeah, that's in the previews. So you're clear there.
So I thought that would be cool. Oh, it's not a spoiler, Axel. Don't worry. But yeah, just have the characters kind of over in the side, just shoveling snow, and have the bucket there. Like I thought it'd be funny. Awesome. So
Axel can't see it. Theater's closed. Oh man. Well, hopefully it opens back up because you're gonna love it. It's awesome.
No kidding. But yeah, where did you get to in yours? How far are you? Is it done?
I got halfway. I got the front legs on.
Oh, so the back end's not done.
Back end's not done yet. No butthole yet.
No butthole. All right. Well, yeah, let's call it a stream, I guess. And
it's a stream. We called it that.
Called it a stream.
Yes.
Streaming has been strong. I don't even know what that means. But yeah, this thing I was actually kind of nervous about. I didn't want to build this mock at all tonight because I was nervous about how I was going to try to figure out the inside and stuff like that. But actually, that worked out pretty good. Now I'll just do some detail stuff on the main floor. The second floor is nice and easy. I got to get some windows and I got to get some parts and pieces. I'm going to do, I don't know if I'm going to do, I could do one more floor and then the roof, but that'll put that thing pretty tall.
Yeah, you could though.
Or I was going to do the roof and just do a taller roof because the roof has to slant back, right?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
Chris said the stream cost him, what did he say? Cost him $100 for the tradition set, possibly $150 for the ice festival. Well, I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry, Chris. You're gonna love them. They're awesome.
Yeah.
They are awesome. And everybody else is saying thanks for the stream. Appreciate everyone being here. Thank you all for great chill chat again tonight. It's always a great time. It's always our pleasure hosting y'all here on the weekends.
Yeah. And next weekend, like I said, probably going to go to a Saturday stream. We'll may start a little bit earlier because I think we're going to have some bigger stuff to do, and we could probably go a little bit longer like that. We'll have Easy back, and he'll be pumped to be building the HQ and
absolutely
all that good stuff. And but thanks for everything as always, guys. You guys are super important, and thanks for being chill with everything because it's that makes it entertaining for us. We don't have to do much work. Our moderators don't have to work hard. Appreciate their work that they do. We have a couple of families in there, but whatever.
Yeah.
Can't get away from losers. They always find you.
That's right.
But thanks for everything, guys, and Have a good night. Stay safe.
Take care.